Hey guys, I'm not at Bartlett today. I'm on Lake Pleasant. I'm with my friend Mike. Mike just bought a brand new Ranger 17.5 foot aluminum. Brand spanking new, first day out. So we had to come out and figure out how to run this boat, right?
That's right.
How to dial in the graphs.
Yep.
There was a lot of things we needed to do. The trolling motor, how to run spot lock and put on constant and adjust it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So we decided we'd do a little bit of fishing. So we found some fish, and the first two we had on, we lost.
We did.
They got away, yeah. So we're going to keep on doing, but we figured we would just show this show anyway, you know, even if we didn't catch any and what we're doing. So I'm going to use a 5150, just my favorite color, green pumpkin candy like this, and it's a curly tail. But the water's so clear you can look down, what, 15 feet, 12 feet and see the bottom, Mike?
Easily, yeah.
Easily?
Yep.
And then what do you're using a little 5150 straight tail, bloodline. Bloodline, yeah. And we're nose hooking these today, right? Because we're just vertical fishing in one little area here. We saw some in 21 feet of water. I didn't see any shallow, but we did see a lot of fish in here. So we're just gonna kind of flick these out. And we're just going to kind of stay around the graph. So 23 feet of water. There's shad here, so I'm teaching him how to fish a little bit. So anytime you can come into a cove and you find shad, there's going to be fish around, always. So if you're in a cove and you don't have the shad,
time to move.
Exactly. Time to move. He's learning fast, folks. Mike used to fish a lot. Used to own a boat and everything. And then I think once a year you go with Bob and you guys go up to Canada, Mille Lacs Lake, and to fish for smallies.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me tell you what the bite is like. Since we both missed one, you throw it out and there is no bite. So you need to have a really light action rod, and you throw it out, and I throw it out and let it just sit there, okay? And then if it gets heavy, I lift it up, and if my pull, and I drop it back down real little, not much, just a little, maybe an inch or two, inch it up and down. And if I go to lift it up, and all of a sudden it bends over like I'm setting the hook, okay? Yep. So we are close to. See this fish on your graph right there? That's a fish or two right there. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this right over by the trolling motor, and I'm just going to let that go down. You go right next to me, okay? In case one of us misses it and you get it. We'll just drop it down. It's 22 feet here. And we're both using braid with fluorocarbon. I'm using 7 pound. Did you
8 pound.
8 pound for you?
Yep.
Okay, 8 pound for you, 7 pound for me. So about the same, you know. So I'm just kind of letting it there and just kind of lift it up, just jiggle it. You want to just lift it up a tiny bit. And once in a while, I know at Bartlett, I don't get to fish this lake very much, Mike. I'm usually at Bartlett. I just got off Roosevelt and we caught an ungodly amount of fish Saturday. Oh my gosh, a lot. I quit counting at 60. So you know it had to be good, but they're biting good at Roosevelt. So they're not biting good here though, but if we can get a couple fish, we're gonna be real lucky. So there's, you can see those little dots on the bottom there. There's some fish coming by, swimming by.
Yep.
And we can throw out too, you know, and maybe catch one or two. So usually if I drop on them, you know, I like to play the video game and drop on them, but if I don't get them like that, you know, I'm just going to throw out like 10 feet and then just let it go down. So you do the same thing. We have this new motor, this iPilot Minn Kota on spot lock. These things are great, I'll tell you, you know.
Yeah,
so
they've held us here.
Yeah. So it's held us right here where the fish were, and they're just swimming by. So we're just kind of playing with this. We've used your little necklace already, and we dialed this motor in, and we got it on spot lock right now, so it's working good. Come on, fish. Okay. Boy, they just keep swimming right under the graph there. Look at that. Man, there's some more there. All right, I'm going to drop on this again. just for the heck of it. At least if you see these fish on your graph when you're fishing without me,
Sure.
you know they're down below you.
Yeah.
Okay. So drop that all the way to the bottom. Just let it free fall all the way to the bottom. Take up your slack. I know it's a little bit breezy, but well, we got an influx of keep just lift up a little bit. Okay, Mike, I guess. Watch this. Look at my rod. See it's bending up?
Yep. Oh, look at that.
See how you have to test it. You have to test that up, because that's that one that just swim under the. He's not big, but he's a fish.
Yeah, definitely. It's been tough today.
Now these are coming out of 22 feet, so you can't keep them out of the water. But they feel like a frickin' popsicle. Put your hand on that sucker. Is that cold or is it?
That is.
So you don't want to keep them out, these little guys, because we're not going to keep them. And he'll go back down right away. See that? If you keep him out and it's a big fish and you measure it or you weigh it or whatever, now at 22 feet, it can actually damage that bladder and you don't have a needle. Otherwise, I'd show you how to do that. But so, you know what? Let me look at feel your rod. Okay. All right. You've been filling this one, right? You filled that. Now fill mine.
Oh, that's a third of that weight.
It's a third of your weight.
Yep.
So my rule is, folks, is buy the best rod you can buy. I bought that at Phoenix Fishing, and it's a Phoenix rod. So, and I bought a Bass Pro Shop reel, okay, because it's small and light. So you can see how light it is. Now, I want you to use that.
You're gonna let me use yours?
Right. You use mine, because I'm looking at your reel here, and it's like, what is this, a 3,000 or 2,000 or what? It's big.
I think that's a
3,500? Yeah, it is. That's big.
Yeah.
So, and I know you go to Canada and you catch a lot of big smallmouth. I mean 5 and 6 pounders with this. So you might need it for that. But if you're going to start fishing Bartlett, Roosevelt, or Pleasant, these fish get so, they see so many baits that they get damaged by it. You got to be so slow, you know.
Real finesse.
Okay, so you got about 2 or 3 fish. Drop your line right there. There's 2 or 3 fish swimming by. Let's see if you can't get them. Now I've got the green pumpkin on, and I've got ox blood on yours. Let that baby go down. Okay, I'm gonna watch yours and just hold mine steady. Let it go down. You're using Nanofill, so it's gonna hit the bottom here just any second. We're only using a 10-inch leader.
There we go.
Is it on the bottom? Okay, take up your slack and just hold your rod close down to the bottom like this. Now, I say 90% of the time, sometimes when it hits the bottom, if they see it, they're gonna take it. Especially if there's 2 of them together, and there's always a couple of them swimming by. So a good test to do is just to kind of lift it up a little bit like this, not about half that much. Then drop it back down to your line, go like, there you go. Now you're on the bottom. Yeah, get about 10 inches off the bottom, because we're just vertical jigging this is all we're doing.
Right.
And then, you know, I'll lift it up again, then I'll drop it back down. But it's got to be almost dead sticked. The more we let it sit there, the better off it is. I've had to play with those at Bartlett. I just came off Roosevelt 2 days, and we got over 100 bass, I know, in 2 days. So didn't do good in the tournament.
A lot of bass.
But we went through a lot of fish. So yeah, we took a late number and we just couldn't get in where we wanted to. So, but that's all right. We had a good time. So we're just I'm just letting that lay there, and sometimes I'll give it a little bit of slack, because I'm only using a leader that's about, what, 10 inches or a foot in between. Sometimes I'll just give it a little slack there, and the worm will just kind of go down like this. And then sometimes I'll just lift it up, and then I'll drop it back down.
Okay.
Oh, that was quick. Good. That's the kind of hooks that you got to have.
Wow.
Let me get out of your way. That's exactly the hooks that you got to have. Flip him right up here. Oh boy, they're cold. That's coming out of some deep water, but these are just little ones. Roosevelt Pleasant has some nice, but look at the color on those. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
No crawdads down there, but I'm gonna let him go back down.
There you go.
Well, how do you like the rod?
Good job.
Yeah, you like it compared to, so you could see why, put one in each hand. You could see why, hold that one.
Yeah.
You could see why I like lighter rods,
sure.
right? I mean, the feel is, you actually could feel something with the heavy reel and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients, when they come out fishing with me, they'll bring a real heavy rod. And right away, I just kind of been honest with them and say, I'd like you to use one of mine because that's just too heavy. And it's and they'll go, well, it's a medium light. I go, yeah, but you got a reel that weighs 3 times as much as the rod. So my idea is buy the rod real light and then put some kind of small reel on there, you know, and it can be all the reels at the Bass Pro Shop or Phoenix Fishing or light. And another thing too, have you ever been to the store, Phoenix Fishing? I know you've been.
Not.
You have not. 16th Street in Camelback. You mentioned that you fished with me.
Yeah.
Instant discount on everything.
That's
Rods,
beautiful. Yeah.
reels, worms. They got 600 packs of 5150 there, so they got a huge selection. They sell an enormous amount of the 5150s, what we're using.
Yep.
So I know you're just new at this. Here comes another fish. Drop your line down there. Maybe while we're talking, we can catch another one. So, but they do have a good store, a lot of stuff there at that store.
16th and Camelback?
16th Street. So it's 1 block south of on 16th Street, south of Camelback. It's 1 block south. I think it's 4810 north. Camelback's 5000 block. It's 4810 north. So great guys there. The owner's Gowdy. He owns the store and he's got a lot of help there to help you with anything you need. And since you're kind of new to fishing, you need to buy that yellow. Even though I'm not using that yellow stain, that dip it, yeah, and garlic. He buys 100 bottles at a time because he says he sells out all the time. So he was only buying 10 or 20. Now he's buying 100 at a time, and they last him like 2 weeks.
You've got everybody using it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody likes my dip it. Yeah, well, it helps, but. The water is so clear here that we almost don't even have to use the dip it. I mean, it's so clear. You know, a bass can see 5 times greater than you and me, and we're looking down 10 feet at the bottom, you know. So, well, we'll just kind of cut this short, but I do want to thank you for letting me come out with you on your new boat today.
I appreciate
and
your help.
yeah, it's been great. It's good seeing you. You hired me as a guide, what, 15 years ago? 15 years ago, you and Bob did. And so it was nice coming out with you guys and filming and helping you with your brand new Ranger you got at Cabela's.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. That's a nice boat. I've never been in an aluminum Ranger, but it is kind of neat to come out, and it is.
Than your bass boat. I mean.
Yeah, it is. And you got the walk-through windshield and you know, more of a family boat because you got kids. Grandkids coming and a wife, and so it's kind of neat. It's a neat boat. It's very well put together. It's roomy up here. You and I are up here. The cameraman was up here, so you know, Bob's kind of looking around right now. He's getting a wider view. So kind of show the lake around too, Bob. Kind of show him what it looks like up here at Bartlett. I mean Pleasant. I keep calling it Bartlett. I'm at Bartlett so much. I'm hooked on that lake so much, but. Pretty soon the bass fishing is going to bust loose, Mike.
Yeah.
All the fish in the lake are going to come up shallow to spawn. We're catching them in 21, 22 feet, 18 feet, but they'll be coming up, moving up to spawn, and you can see they like this sandy, rocky stuff right here. They like that. So again, thanks for letting me come along, and we'll call it a day and go in and put some more hours on this motor.
There you go.
We got about 10 hours, you know, so we'll do that in 2 or 3 fishing trips.
Sounds
all right,
good.
you guys, thank you for watching the show, and please subscribe if you can, and I'll see you later. I'm going back to Bartlett tomorrow. Just got off Roosevelt for 2 days, so back on Bartlett for 3 days, then back 7 days at Roosevelt next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, long one, so I have a bunch of guide trips. So thanks again for watching. You've been watching Fishing with Gary.